Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of what happens when you lose a bet and have to make a cooking video. They tell you you have to cook in Lederhosen. Anybody who is not familiar with what's going on right now, it's mentioned in my previous video that where I show how to make 0 point on blue and purple. There we go. Bratwurst for Weight Watchers. Chia Fulu in Connect pretty much won a bet, and I ended up having to do my next cooking video in Lederhosen. And being the good sport that I am, here you go, Party City Lederhosen. And polka music with kids in the background, so let's see how this goes. So for this video, we are taking the batch of bratwurst I made in the previous video, and I'm just going to show you how to make one single serving. I'm going to give you the link to the full 4 serving recipe. I'm just making this one for me because my kids aren't going to eat this. So I took, because I'm on blue, a 1/4 pound, which is 0 point amount of my bratwurst, and added a little bit of cocoa powder dissolved in water to it to darken the meat. Yes, this is a party. We're kicking it Deutschland style, Rachel. And turned it into a 1/4 pound bratwurst patty that's 0 points on blue and purple. Going to set that baby aside. Just wanted to show you. Also, got a generic store brand 4-point bun, toasted it, and to take it down to 3 points, I'm going to scoop bread out from the top bun, weigh it in grams, and it will magically become a 3-point bun. Weigh it in grams and take it down. Yes, I am actually wearing Lederhosen. Man of my word, folks. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make a mustard beer spread that is 0 points on all plans. Oh! So I am taking 2 tablespoons of fat-free plain Greek yogurt. And yes, I could eyeball it at this point. And we are going to take 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. 1 tablespoon. 2 tablespoons of traditional yellow mustard. We're using a couple different kinds because if I use just, a bunch of stone ground mustard or whole grain mustard, it's a lot of points. If I use a bunch of Dijon, it's a lot of points. So we're mixing a bunch of them to get mustardy flavor. Here is 2 tablespoons of yellow mustard, and this is the bad boy. This is stone ground mustard. Scan the brands at your store. Make sure you get one that lets you have 1 tablespoon for 0 points. If not, use what you can for 0. But this particular brand lets you have 1 tablespoon for 0 points. And we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon each of cracked black pepper. Right about there. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then a dash of hot sauce, because we want it to be a little tangy and spicy, just like me in Lederhosen. A 1/2 teaspoon of ground mustard, dried mustard, the seasoning, and here's what will make it a bit cool. We're going to use 2 tablespoons of light beer, because 2 tablespoons is 0 points. Mix this up, and we will have a 0 point, makes about a 1/2 cup, 0 points on all 3 plans, mustard beer spread. It smells like Oktoberfest to me, yeah. Alright, we have the spread ready. We have also on hand jarred sauerkraut. This was pretty much demanded by 69 Gabby Girl, said that if I was going to make an Oktoberfest burger, I had to have sauerkraut on it. Next, going to take a large red onion. That was Jesse. And we're going to get about a 1/4 inch slice because we have a hot pan over here. Been heating up. We are going to spray this with a little bit of cooking spray. And we are going to sear this for about a minute per side. We just want to get off that sharp onion flavor, and we still want to keep some of that crunch. I hope you guys can hear the accordion music because it's pumping right now. So we will wait for our onion. Okay, our red onion is seared, sliced. I just took it off. Set that to the side. Now we are going to take our 1/4 pound, 99% fat-free bratwurst patty. Spray it with a little cooking spray. We have this going over medium heat right now. It's starting to smoke nice and hot. Pop that on for 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and then we will flip it and add, we'll let it cook for another minute, and then we will add a slice of ultra thin sliced Sargento Swiss cheese. Weigh it in grams. Make sure that you get a 1 point amount of it. Trim off a little bit if you need to. It won't take much, and it'll be 1 point. And then we'll put that on, and can I ever make a video where I remember to close that? Have this melt, and then we will come back. It's a pretty easy burger to make. Alright folks, our patty has been cooking for 2.5 minutes. I flipped it, let it cook for another 2, and now I'm putting the thin sliced Swiss on top and covering. Let it go for 1 more minute. Let's start prepping everything else over here. Get out our plates. We have our low point, well, 3-point bun that's toasted. Put that right over here. Going to add a little spoon of the mustard sauce on the bottom, followed by the sliced roasted red onion. That's right, baby. Also gives a nice little color. And in 10 seconds, our patty will be coming over. I just can't help but get down to this. All right. Woo. That's more smoking. So here is our 1/4 pound bratwurst patty, 0 points on Blue Purple, with our 1 point au Swiss. Dang, that's what I'm talking about. Now the next thing we're going to be doing is once again put a little bit of the beer mustard spread on the top. I'm going to take our sauerkraut. Now we don't want just a big bath of vinegar to pour out of this. So, whew, you can skip the sauerkraut if you want. And I am going to squeeze out into paper towels because I'm not barbarian. I don't want to bite into liquid vinegar. So we drain out a lot of the chicken dance. Reminds me of my wedding. I'm going to put a mound of sauerkraut on top. Whew. My poor wife tonight. And now our top bun will be going on top. Oh yeah, Oktoberfest, baby. And now just because we are going to add a fancy French pickle, which you can call a cornichon or a gherkin, just because it looks funny. Where did I put you, oh trusty toothpick? Oh, there you are. Now, you have to use a toothpick for this. I tried setting just the French pickle on top of the bratwurst and the sauerkraut, and it kept jumping out of my hands. But I found that if I use the toothpick, like Vlad the Impaler, to skewer it there, and then also use Swiss cheese, that the Swiss acts as a buffer between the German ingredients and the French pickle, and the French pickle will stop trying to run off and surrender. So, here we go. We have my Low Point Oktoberfest burger. Let me bring the camera around and show you this baby in all of its low point beauty. Alright folks, this is my Low Point Oktoberfest burger. Why Low Point? Well, on blue and purple, we're going to list off the points right now. The ground turkey bratwurst patty is 0 points. The onion is 0. The sauerkraut 0. The beer mustard spread is 0. The only points in this are the 1 point of Swiss cheese and the 3-point bun. This is a 4-point snazzy gourmet burger with a dead French pickle on top. Sorry. If you are on green, add 2 points because this is a 1/4 pound patty. So this would actually, on blue purple, this is a 4-point burger. On green, this is 6. And this is massive. A massive nod to Deutschland. So see, gourmet burgers don't have to be tiny little slider sized sadness on Weight Watchers. And yes, I will never wear Lederhosen again for the rest of my life. Curse you, Chiafulu.